But first, we'll have an interview with Ryong Lee from Korea, one of the competitors in this event.
Hello, I'm Ryong Lee. I'm Korean national team artistic swimmer. It's my mom. I could learn artistic swimming when I was 4 since my mom was swimming coach. I like music with obvious theme because I can express artistically better. I want to study sports business and because sports admin later.
So we have two countries competing in the tech team event. We have Belarus and Republic of Korea. First up, Belarus.
And like the other technical routines, you'll see that there are required elements. And every time you add more people, you add more difficulty. In the team tech programs, you'll see 7 elements, including a cadence, and then they must also have a circle within their routine.
The music that they chose here is a theme following the funny skeletons.
There's one of the required elements.
Yeah, there we go.
Throwing someone out of the water. They must actually have 2 lifts, one with 1 person and one with 2 people. And again, you're synchronizing 8 athletes while staying extremely close together. And they're starting off very strong.
Everything has to be exactly synchronized here. We have no opportunity to do any mirror effects or cadence effects unless it's the element. Great speed.
And that was that. The beginning of that figure was our first element. It was a rocket thrusting your legs as high as possible with a 360-degree spin. Here's our second element. It's a vertical position. A full twist with a full twist and a continuous spin of 4 rotations. And again, these teams really try to raise up their technical score by adding difficulty even after these elements. Here's our second throw that we must do.
Very
wow,
cool.
That was cool.
Yeah.
You're going for maximum height on these. And here's our third element. And this element, again, shows the flexibility of these athletes.
Look at the speed of their arms. They just never stop moving.
And here's our fourth element. And this is actually the highest degree of difficulty because you start above the water, you go underwater, you show a split position, and then you come out. Again, large movements, but must stay very, very close.
Here's my personal favorite element.
And there's our risk factor. You're going for maximum height, full thrust, staying very close. And again, adding that difficulty after the element.
Here we have the cadence element, where every athlete has to go after the other.
And these, you can actually get a penalty within these routines. So if someone goes together or if they don't finish the cadence in the right action or timing, you can get a penalty from that. Execution score 24.9, impression score 24.2, element score 31.9, with a final routine score of 81.08.
And next up, we have the Republic of Korea.
And again, as you're looking through these elements and seeing their lifts and their throws, remember, you're not allowed to touch the bottom or you will be given a penalty.
Sometimes that can be harder depending on the pool that you're training in. Not all pools have the same depth.
Exactly.
So. getting ready for our first lift.
Wow. Showed
Look at that height.
height and flexibility. So you can see that person in the back should probably be closer, but that's the thing about artistic swimming. You know, little things you have to fix right away just to pull that team back together.
We're always asking for our athletes to swim closer and closer together.
And it's difficult,
Beautiful
especially in
height
this
here.
element, to spin on that axis because sometimes you can be pulled into each other because you're basically creating a cyclone.
Look at how much these athletes are moving down the pool. They've completed a full 25 meters.
So one thing to remember as you see on this, they're flexible and it's showing the flexibility, and that's something that you don't always have time for in the pool. So our training doesn't just stop in the pool. We're constantly trying to be stronger athletes outside of the pool, more flexible, increase our flexibility. So even though we can train up to 10 to 12 hours a day in the pool, there's still many elements that we must train outside the pool on ourselves, by ourselves.
Especially in a year like this year where sadly our pool times for a lot of us have been cut down quite a bit. So we've had to put in a lot more work on our own to ensure that the
Nice height
level.
on that split.
Beautiful.
You can see as these routines go on, they change formation and patterns many, many, many times. And that's also something that's included in their final routine score.
The double, beautiful. Nicely synchronized. A lot of pattern changes in that figure here.
And it's very interesting because they go from a line, they go big to small. It's very interesting to see how fast they can come together.
Execution 24.0, impression 23.4, elements 31.54 for a total score of 78.94.
So soon we'll see a new scoring element in artistic swimming. And that's where you can give your score or give your degree of difficulty before a competition. And I think it's going to make the sport really even more exciting and more interesting because you're constantly trying to up your score or up your degree of difficulty or really push the limits of this sport. And I think it'll also be more objective rather than subjective, you know, because obviously we're all human, but this way people get direct feedback on how they can improve their scores.
Absolutely. It'll be really great to see how we can keep pushing the limits of the difficulty in our sport.
So with a silver medal, Republic of Korea. And our gold medal goes to Belarus with a score of 81.08. Great job, teams.
Yep. Congratulations to both teams.